Hello. My name is Tom. I want to talk about my journey of learning English and how I try to improve it every day. Learning English is not easy, but it is very important. Many people around the world use English, and if I can speak it well, I will have more opportunities in my life. When I first started learning English, I found it very difficult. I did not know how to pronounce words correctly. Sometimes, I read a word one way, but when I heard a native speaker say it, it was completely different. It made me feel confused. Grammar was also hard because there were too many rules to remember. Sometimes, I felt frustrated and wanted to give up, but I told myself that learning a language takes time and patience. I realized that listening to English every day helped me a lot. At first, I did not understand much, but I kept listening. I watched movies in English with subtitles, and I listened to English songs. I tried to repeat what the actors or singers said. Slowly, my ears got used to the language, and I started to understand more. Speaking was another challenge. I was afraid of making mistakes. I thought people would laugh at me if I said something wrong. But then I understood that mistakes are part of learning. So I started to practice speaking more. I talked to myself in English when I was alone. I described what I was doing or what I saw around me. I also tried to find language partners to practice with. The more I spoke, the more confident I became. Reading was also helpful. At first, I read simple books and news articles. If I found a new word, I wrote it down in my notebook. I did not try to learn too many words at once because I knew I would forget them quickly. Instead, I learned a few new words every day and tried to use them in sentences. Writing was a good way to practice grammar. I started keeping a journal in English. Every night, I wrote a few sentences about my day. At first, my sentences were very simple. But over time, they became longer and more natural. Sometimes, I asked my friends or teachers to check my writing and correct my mistakes. I also found that having a daily routine helped me stay motivated. Every day, I spent some time listening, speaking, reading, and writing in English, even if it was just 10 or 15 minutes for each skill. It made a big difference. Learning a language is not about studying a lot in one day and then forgetting about it for a week. It is about practicing a little bit every day. One thing I learned is that English should not feel like a school subject. It should be part of my daily life. I changed the language on my phone to English. And I started thinking in English as much as possible. When I wanted to search for something on the internet, I tried to do it in English. When I listened to music, I chose English songs. There were times when I felt tired or lazy. But I reminded myself why I wanted to learn English. I wanted to travel, make international friends, and have better job opportunities. Whenever I felt discouraged, I thought about my goals. And that gave me the motivation to continue. Now, I feel much more comfortable with English than before. I still make mistakes, but I am not afraid of them anymore. I know that every mistake is a chance to learn. Learning English is a journey, and I enjoy every step of it. If you are also learning English, I want to tell you that you can do it. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Practice every day, even if it is just a little bit. Find ways to make learning fun. And most importantly, never give up. One day, you will look back and see how much you have improved. That is my story. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please subscribe to my channel.